Welcome back. We're here at the Queenie Tower Restaurants. And I'm Erin Reinberg, Health and Wellness Manager with Morrison's. This is our Executive Chef, John Beck, with BJC Healthcare and Morrison's.
Great.
So today we wanted to bring you a taste of spring. It is the season, and what better to eat in spring than leafy greens?
Oh, wow. Leafy greens, great.
Exactly.
Okay, why leafy greens right now?
Leafy greens provide you with lots of vitamins and minerals, including vitamin A and C and folate, and very little calories. So it's a great thing to eat when you're feeling hungry but don't quite want to eat a heavy meal.
Right, full but refreshed and replenished.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So what our menu today is going to be, we're going to do a whole grain flatbread with spinach, ham, feta cheese, and mushrooms. This is an amazing type of pizza. What we're going to start off with is the topping. We're going to do the Florentine or the spinach topping. I'm going to take a pan and I'm going to spray it. Again, we talked about using our spray rather than the direct olive oil because you use so many less calories. We're going to put our onions in here. Get those going. That nice sizzle. We're going to add our garlic. Get that going. Wow.
Smells delicious.
That smells fabulous.
It really does.
I'm going to finish adding the rest of those onions.
And today's chef is using a fresh spinach, but if you have frozen spinach, you can just thaw that, drain it, make sure all the water is out of it, and use that. It works perfectly well in this dish.
Oh yeah, it really does. And we're going to let these simmer just a bit. And what I'm going to do is, this is a trick that I learned from Erin, and to keep the moisture in there, and instead of adding more oil, we're going to use a little vegetable stock. We're going to add that vegetable stock to it. And you hear that sizzle? That's really going to make this cook up really nice. So we're going to let that go a little. Then the next ingredient is our nutmeg. And nutmeg is a fantastic spice to use with spinach. Spinach and nutmeg, the flavor combination is amazing. You can see we're only using 1/8 of a teaspoon. So really be frugal with your nutmeg because the flavor is so intense.
It really is. It's very bold. And traditionally you think of nutmeg in a sweet dish. But it's really great and savory.
It's amazing and savory, just especially with greens, all types of greens, collard greens, Swiss chard, kale, all your greens. Put that little bit of garlic and nutmeg in there, and you're really going to see the difference.
It's true, and you don't even need a lot of salt. So it really helps you to reduce the amount of sodium, the more spices that you use.
Exactly. I'm going to use a little bit of sea salt, but not much.
Perfect.
So we're going to add our sea salt. I use my little grinder, a handy grinder. I just love this thing. We're going to use our little handy black pepper. A little bit of that in there, not much, just enough to give it a nice balance.
That's right. And you can find those in your spice aisle, ready to go. You don't have to buy the extra big grains of salt and add it to your mixer. They're already right there in your grinder.
Ready to go. Fantastic. Now while this is simmering, I'm going to put my flatbread together. We're going to start off by using our basil pesto. The pesto can be found almost anywhere. Already prepared. It's a mixture of garlic, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, and fresh basil.
Yes.
And you can find it in the cooler section or in the aisles. I prefer the cooler section because when it's around the salad area, it's much fresher. So you're going to find a real good fresh product there.
And it's a very unique alternative to a tomato sauce. Really adds a robust, creamy flavor to your meal. And you get all the benefits of the olive oil and the basil, that fresh basil. Look at the green,
absolutely.
You get the color from really sort of reiterates the spring quality of the meal.
Beautifully fresh. Now, our next layer of ingredient is going to be Black Forest ham. Now, we're only going to be using 1 ounce because Black Forest ham is very intense. It's a heavily smoked ham from the Black Forest of Germany is where it was originated from. We're going to just dice this up into small, nice, easy manageable pieces.
That's right.
And spread that evenly over the topping of the flatbread so that each bite gets a little bit of that nice ham in there. And see, you don't need a whole lot.
No,
you
one
really
slice.
don't.
Got it from the deli. So this isn't, you don't have to buy a big, huge ham in order to get the ham. You just go buy a couple slices from the deli, 1 slice per flatbread.
Now we're going to add our spinach, and you can see that it looks like this is 3.5 ounces of spinach, but that's really going to cook down to a nice, manageable portion. And it looks huge, but when you get done, and I know anybody that's ever cooked fresh spinach at home, you start off with a gigantic bowl, and you end up with
about this much.
Yeah, with 1 bite. But it's really the best way to go. I mean, it's just everywhere right now. You can see we got our fresh spinach here today, nice big package. And we're also using the baby spinach, which is much more tender, has a much more tenderness, and you can even eat the stems. You don't really have to clean it or wash it because the stems are so sweet and tender.
And I really like it because it's just easy. You don't have to spend time chopping it before you cook it. You can just throw it right in from the bag. So it's very easy, quick dish to make when you get home with your kids. Everybody's waiting for you to prepare dinner. They're hungry. This is a super easy way
straight
to make
from
your
the
life
bag
easy.
into the pan.
Exactly.
Really easy, easy peasy. You can also get the mushrooms already sliced.
Oh,
Fresh,
I always
pre-sliced
do that.
mushrooms.
Absolutely.
So this is a dish that is very, very user-friendly. Okay, now you can see what it's cooked down to. That pile was like this. Now you see what we've got. Now our next step is going to be to top the ham with our spinach mixture. And this is going to be so flavorful and intense. And just make sure that you really kind of spread it out nice and evenly, because of course we want every bite to have tons and tons of flavor. Get back on there.
And if you let this cool just a little bit, you could have your kids help spread on however much they want so that they get a little bit more buy-in. And they're more willing to eat it. All the colors really make it fun as well.
So our next step is we're going to top it with feta cheese. And we don't use very much feta, and why is that?
Feta has a really bold, robust flavor. It's a great cheese to use. Today we're using the reduced fat feta. It has the same great flavor with a lot less calories and fat. And then you don't have to use as much cheese because it has such a great flavor. You would be overwhelmed if you used too much. Same with Parmesan is another great one for that.
Exactly.
And then the mozzarella that we bought today is a 2% milk cheese as well. So again, a reduced fat, still melts really well, browns up nicely, but less fat, less calories.
Last step.
Same great calcium benefits.
We're going to top it with the mozzarella. That's the last step here. And we are going to pop this in our oven, 350 degrees, about 6 to 8 minutes, because it's the dough is already cooked and it's so thin, and most of our ingredients are already cooked. We just want to crisp it up and melt the cheese. So we're going to put that into our baking pan.
And while he does that, I want to talk a little bit about the Flatout Flatbread, which is what we're using as our base. You can get this in your local grocery store. They're full of fiber. I believe it's 6 grams of fiber in one Flatout. It also has very little calories, so you're talking 120 calories for one flatbread. It's great as pizza, very good. So you don't have to make the dough, you just use this as creates individual little pizzas for yourself, for your family. Great for parties if you wanted to do a make your own pizza party. This is a great thing to use.
It's fun.
Again,
so much
low
fun.
calorie, high fiber, delicious.
So now that we've gotten our pizza out of the oven, we're going to take it out of the pan. It's nice, it's crispy, it's melty, it smells fantastic. We're going to just take it now and we're going to cut it right down the middle, and then we're going to cut it twice so we have nice, manageable, bite-sized pieces, just like that.
Oh, it looks delicious.
And we'll put that right on our platter, our serving platter, and this is what it looks like. Now, what are we going to do now? Let's kick it up a little bit, all right?
You would love to do that, absolutely.
Let's take it to another notch. Now we've got our entree. Let's add a salad to that. So what I've got here is something very simple. I've got some mixed field greens.
Again, the leafy greens.
Leafy greens. We have the radicchio, we have the lamb's ear lettuce, we have the red curly endive. So we're gonna mix that all in there. I've got just a little bit of champagne vinaigrette, and you can use any kind of dressing that you
That's right.
like. It's whatever you like, but the champagne vinaigrette is just such a nice balance,
It is.
and it's real sparkly. So we're gonna give that a little toss.
Very good. Oh, that'll just really add that color and flavor to the dish,
The
and really
dimension.
complete it, round it out for you,
A complete
your family,
meal.
your guests. Exactly.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that right on top of that.
This is sort of the new thing to do. I've seen this at a lot of restaurants as well. They're adding the whole meal right there. You get your salad and your entree.
And
all
what
in
did
one.
what did we find today? Some beautiful red peppers, yellow peppers, orange
yes.
peppers. They're all in season right now. So I just wanted to add these for a little garnish. So you just take a julienne, a few of those, put those right on top, like so. So simple.
Looks like a gourmet meal in 5-10 minutes.
At home for you and your family.
That's right. Perfect.
What do you think? Not too bad.
Not bad.
Until next time, we have one thought we'd like to share with you. Eat fresh.
Be happy.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Chef.
See ya.